Most of the time, people get confused in understanding the meaning of mentorship and coaching and use them interchangeably sometimes. So I just thought today, let me throw some light into this because I see coaching as a subset of mentoring. And the key difference between mentoring and coaching is usually summed up in this thought-provoking sentence, that a coach has some great questions for your answers, but a mentor has some great answers for your questions. And so when you put this in the context of the continent of Africa today, and given this context and the part of the world in which we live in called Africa, we need to juxtapose which should be the focus. And I decided to talk about this today because both are key, but mentoring supersedes as it's needed to mold the souls that are fit for purpose to address the societal ills that we see and we face daily in this part of the world called Africa. Mentorship gives you the skills and support to reach new heights. It is a way to explore both yourself and your talents in a tender environment like the one we have today. My personal observation across the entire continent is that the African youth lack mentors. They lack people who will show them that they can self-believe and become anything they want to become if they stay focused and endure some short-term pain for long-term gain. These youth need mentors who can show them that it is not positions that implement, but it is passion that implement. They need mentors to show them that the power should never be for self-aggrandizement or self-gratification, but wherever we are, we must always endeavor to touch lives of those in society, help our mothers in villages. Because it's so often said that behind every successful individual is a mentor. I affirm that statement that behind every successful youth is a mentor of a sort. We live in times where tribalism, where jealousy, where nepotism, hatred, where impunity, where discrimination and greed characterize sometimes the society we live in. A young person grows up knowing that they need to know someone in a higher position in society before they can get a job. That's a false narrative. A person needs connections before they can get a scholarship. That's a lie. I got a scholarship to study in Nottingham. I was born into poverty and I never ever knew anybody. The reality is that if you work hard and give your best, you will succeed. But does this mean that we cannot change the status quo? We can change the status quo, but the key question is, how can we change it? And I've got answers for you today. This African proverb provides a head start. It takes a village to raise a child. You got that? If we start to mentor willing youth who are willing to adhere to guidance and listen, we will start to see miracles. Instruction in youth is like engraving in stone, says an African proverb. I always say this, that humility and adherence to guidance is one attribute that is missing in our today's young people. Many think they know it all. And the over-sabi mentality sometimes and voluminous appetite to get rich without going through the process is glittering and visible to all of us today. We must work hard. And I say this, that the race is not for the swift. As the saying goes, if you want to walk fast, you walk alone. But if you want to go with others, you will definitely not go fast, but you will succeed. We keep hearing words like youth empowerment. And I always ask, what do we want to empower them with? With that right attitude, regardless of the music, regardless of the tone, we will not be able to even boil cocoyams with the noise. We hardly hear mentorship around attitudes. And this creates a lack of vision, which then means that we are talking about the youth of tomorrow. The youth are not just leaders of tomorrow. They are leaders of today if properly mentored. Any society that is concerned with a better today and future must recognize youth as important sovereign capital. And as such, there is need to pay close attention on mentoring youth and the young at heart and equipping them with the necessary material to help them compete in today's globalized society. And what are these starting points? Right attitude. Mentorship is very important because most of the education systems that we went through are designed to help many of us get certificates. Little attention is paid to training the youth with practical skills through professional trainings where they can self-discover themselves and nurture the right attitudes. You keep hearing me talking about right attitudes, the attitude to self-belief, the attitude to retool skills. We must all aspire to mentor young people and young at heart to learn from problem solving and imagination, where everyone starts to repeatedly see his or herself as a solution provider and provide a foundation for critical thinking. We must inspire everyone, especially the young people, to mentor one another. And one key aspect that must be discussed when it comes to mentorship is willingness and humility to accept guidance, as without which we will dance around the same pillars without progress. And we've seen this a lot of times. The right attitude, ability, and humility to listen to guidance is what makes the difference. Try it and you will see the difference. Of course, a positive difference. Thank you.
Innovative volunteerism is a mindset change for all of us. You leverage on our God-given talent and the little of us to turn